Long ago, there lived in the kingdom of Gallowmere a sorcerer named Xerok. This arrogant, pitiless man hated his fellow citizens for their simple and peaceful ways. So he raised an army of demons and set out to take the realm for his own. The king's champion, Sir Daniel Fortesque, led the militia in the battle against this unholy horde. Songs are still sung of how he spearheaded the charge deep into the accursed multitude, how demons fell before him like wheat before the scythe, and how at last, though mortally wounded, he destroyed the sorcerer utterly. Fortesque went down in history that day as the hero of Gallowmere, and a time of peace began, which was to last for 100 years. And then the sorcerer returned.
Hey everybody, this is your old pal Kydra Fraznoir, and welcome to Medieval, the PS4 remake. Brought to us by Other Ocean Interactive. It's a remake of the classic PS1 game of the same name. As you probably know, I unlocked Old Game, which is a port of the original PS1 version. It requires collecting all the souls to do that. So, we start new game. This will be a 100% complete walkthrough. Rise and shine, Dan. Looks like you got a second chance at this whole hero thing. Try not to blow it this time.
It has risen again. Sir Daniel Fortesque. See? The hero of Gallowmere who fell at the first charge. The fog of war and the shrouds of time conspire to turn the arrow fodder into the saviour of the day. But we knows better.
I'll show you!
Let it alone. Fate has given it a second chance. A chance to forget the ignoble truth. A chance to defeat Zarok and live up to the legend. We hopes it does well.
For those of you who played the game, and for those of you who didn't, this is Sir Daniel Fortesque. In life, he was a fraud and a coward. As you probably saw, he fell by the first arrows fired in the Battle of Gallowmere. And now, after 100 years, he's been accidentally resurrected by Zarok, the evil wizard. Now with this, he's been given a second chance to redeem and prove himself a real hero. In the original PS1 game, these gates were closed, but now they're open in the PS4 remake. As I can see, you can get in and collect treasure, which was never in the PS1 version, the original one.
Any treasure that you find will be added to your coin total. Coins are used to buy items from the greedy merchant gargoyles. You will find life bottles throughout Gallowmere. They contain the same magic that rose you from your slumber and will raise you from the dead once again. When your life is low, using this bottle will help you feel a little better. And remember to fill it when you can.
Here it is, our first life bottle.
When you're ready to leave this crypt, you'll find an exit at the end of the hall. To unlock the gates, you must find a runestone and place it in the ornate hand set next to the doorway.
Oh, and here's a breakable ball. No, I mean, a breakable wall. We'll come back here later with a club or hammer.
You must be out of shape after 100 years lying on your back. Use the crypt to get to grips with your new lease on life.
Here's our first set of weapons, the daggers.
Some weapons contain powers and abilities beyond the ordinary. Be sure to test every weapon to discover their secondary abilities. Some weapon abilities are immediate, and some may need a bit of time to charge before they realize their full potential.
Here's a rune stone.
During your travels through Gallowmere, you will collect many items. To see your items or to use one, review your inventory. In it, you will also find your Book of Gallowmere, which will keep a record of the denizens you've encountered and bestow you with keen insights that only a disembodied voice could provide.
Here's our first sword, the small sword, as well as our first shield, the copper shield.
Track down Xerok by retracing his diabolical odyssey through Gallowmere. You can spot the exits from an area by looking out for his stinking trail of magic slime.
And that was Dan's Crypt, the tutorial level. And now we're on to the first official level, the graveyard. Take your first steps as a hero and slay some helpless zombies. They may seem cranky, but they just woke up from a nice long nap. Dude. Nah. Yeah, it won't be funny when you're that cranky. Here we are at the start, and here's some more gold.
Welcome back to your beloved Gallowmere. The stinking dead have risen up to dance with the lifeless living, and they want to do it over your dead body.
Yep.
That small light following you around is a wisp. The heroes of the Hall are not supposed to intervene in mortal affairs.
You're right there. I'm doing a live stream.
Had a shot at redemption. Well, they decided to give you a hand.
Doing a live stream, Mom.
He will circle enemies, helping you direct your ranged attacks. But he'll also let you know what things might merit a closer look.
Mm-hmm. We...
Sometimes it may be useful to view the world from a different point of view. Be sure to take a moment from time to time to enjoy the beauty of our beloved Gallowmere. Keep your eye peeled for anything interesting.
As she said, we have to keep our eyes peeled for anything important, which includes collectibles, the chalices, and lost souls.
Remember, nothing remains hidden under the gaze of an angel.
Here's our first chalice. It needs to...
The object here is the chalice. Every time you dispatch an enemy with a sword, the chalice fills a little more. Fill the chalice and then collect it, and you will be worthy of visiting the sacred Hall of Heroes to claim a new weapon. There is a chalice to be found in every region of Gallowmere. They are all hidden or well guarded. Only a true hero will collect the full set.
As I was saying, it requires to collect souls to collect the chalice. You strike an angel with this angel with his sword to move it to open gates. Here is our second life bottle. Now the chalice can be collected. Here is some more gold.
The living world lies beyond these skull gates. The master of the hilltop mausoleum, the stained glass demon, has possession of the skull key.
We'll return here later in another level with the skull key, because this gate requires a skull key. Oh yeah, here's the gargoyle.
Feel free to have a paddle in the shallow water, but don't be tempted to go for a swim. Buoyancy can be a problem for those of a dead disposition.
Yep. As you would try not to fall into deep water It would cost you a life. Oh, I forgot. The chalice. I'm an idiot. I almost forgot about that. Hall of Heroes awaits.
Tread softly. Zarek awaits beyond these gates. The Master meets with the demon from the mausoleum, hatching plots of purest evil. Forgotten nobodies would be wise to make themselves scarce.
Here we are at the Hall of Heroes, where the mightiest and bravest of heroes are celebrated.
Welcome to the Hall of Heroes, where the bravest warriors from history spend eternity, feasting, singing, and arm wrestling. If they think you're worthy enough, you may be able to persuade them to give you a new weapon.
To pay homage to the heroes, stand in front of their designated statues and await spiritual guidance.
Here's for Daniel's statue. It's not solid. He has to. In order for it to become solid, we need to collect a lot more chalices to prove ourselves. Here's our first hero, Canny Tim.
Captain Fortesque, it's me, Canny Tim. Does the battle go well? How I wish I could fight at your side again, sir. But hold, you could take my crossbow. It's got rapid fire and you can ricochet the darts off walls to shoot around corners. I used it at the Battle of Gallamere. After you were slain, I shot Zarek's champion, Lord Kydra. A clean kill through the eye at 1,000 yards. Not that there's anything clever about shooting someone in the eye, sir. Oh, goodbye, sir.
You know, it's not funny being shot in the eye.
Only when you are truly worthy as a hero will you be able to ascend to the higher level of this hall. When you have paid homage to all of the heroes in the lower hall, the ghostly stairs will then become solid.
Here we are. Cemetery Hill. The hilltop mausoleum waits atop Cemetery Hill. It's a rocky road, but exercise would do those old bones some good.
So, even from the shackles of death, my old enemy pursues me. You're too late, Fortesque. Already my army has risen from the grave. You will never leave this necropolis.
Now that's what I call a trap. As you probably noticed, they reused some in-game dialogue from the original game. And as some of you probably don't know, Paul Darrow, the guy who played...
Some obstructions can be smashed down with clubs and certain other weapons. Try experimenting.
As I was saying, Paul Darrow, the guy who played Zarek in the original PS1 game, passed away last year around June. So they dedicated this remake to him by reusing his old dialogue.
These boulders are going to crush your bones if you aren't careful. I hope you have a good shield equipped. Remember that each hit on your shield will chip away at its durability. Better it than you, though.
Oh, and Jason Wilson, who also designed the original PS1 game, reprised his role as Daniel Fortesque for the remake. And they got a new narrator, which is good. Oh, and here's the hard part of the level. The rolling rock hill. That's usually the hard part. We have to...
We have failed the Master. We give our lives.
Knowing that they failed their master, they blew themselves up.
The adventurer would be wise to be thorough in the exploration of an area. Hidden locations reap great rewards.
Oh yeah, and these are required to heal you. Now to explore the rest of the level, now that we got those things taken care of and done over with. Another copper shield? I gotta admit, they have a lot of copper shields. Dude.
The club is a crude but effective weapon. bash with it, burn with it. But beware, one bash too many, and it will break. Of great archaeological interest. Destroy the boulder and plunder the valuable treasures within.
Fresh air. We hate these dark old caves and their filthy stench of old witches. A coven of the warty old hags lived here once. Unholy fires burning all night while they brewed up unspeakable muck in their cauldrons. They moved on years back, but the smell still makes our eyes sting.
You right there? That was my mom calling. Oh yeah. I'll be right there! Here's a new area that they added to the game.
A guide to covens for witches and witchcraft enthusiasts. A witch's coven would reach the height of its power only when all of their sacred flames were alight. Witches have been known to offer help to the questing adventurer, yet they are a reclusive people and have to be summoned by the aid of mystic charms or talismans. Let it be known that help from a witch is rarely given freely, and the witch will more often than not make a request of the adventurer before any such help is given. If seeking to summon a witch, remember that they are quite territorial. Any signs of previous witch activity in an area is a good indication that a witch can be called upon.
We'll come back later. It would in one of the quests with a lost soul. Oh. Now the chalice can be collected. There's a copper shield, the chalice, treasure, and the witch's medallion. It's a very important item. And an energy vial. Here we are at the mausoleum, but first we're at the Hall of Heroes.
from the battle so soon? It must think it is a hero by now. But only a true hero is worthy of a place in the Hall of Heroes. See the ghostly statue of your fraudster self? When it has turned solid, a true hero you will be.
We stock up on daggers. Here, back to Canny Tim.
Hurrah! I knew it would take more than the army of the evil dead to throw your strides up. I've something that may help you on your quest, Captain. I give it to you freely, though I have no idea what it is.
Now we got 3 life bottles. Now, back to Dan's crypt for that breakable wall. A well-placed shield has saved many a hero. Uh-huh. Now back at the crypt. Here. Another life bottle. And now that's 4 life bottles this video. Now, off to the mausoleum. So, that includes the first part of our 100% walkthrough of Medieval, the PS4 remake. Next time we'll take on the Hilltop Mausoleum. See you guys later!